Today we're going to be rebuilding the Brooklyn Nets post Kyrie Irving trade. Now I really don't know where to go with this rebuild because there's pretty much two options. We could try to retool the team around Kevin Durant, who we have under contract for 4 years, $200 million, and try to build a team around KD. He's going to start declining pretty soon. I'm pretty sure man's 34. In real life, Durant has been cooking this season, but the amount of attempts Durant takes at the rim has been going down pretty much every year for the last couple years, which means, and we saw in the playoffs against the Celtics that low-key, dude, Tatum locked him up. I don't really know how else to put it. Durant got clamped by Tatum. I feel like Durant isn't really that interior presence you need from a 1A level scorer. So to be honest, I don't really think this type of team is really well suited to build around Durant. I just don't. Durant has just been, he's been cooking this year. Like, I know I said he's been cooking, but bro, I don't know. I feel like if you can't really get your way into the paint and you can kind of get locked out of the paint like that by Tatum alone, like, and I know Tatum's a great defender, I just don't see it with this team, especially without Kyrie and with Ben Simmons playing like Ben Simmons isn't really even good enough to be in the NBA at this point. And I say that as someone who used to be a big Ben Simmons fan. So in trying to do a realistic rebuild, it's a little tough because the NBA teams are just dying to give me stuff for Ben. Like Utah wants to give me Lauri Markkanen for Ben Simmons and TJ Warren. That I don't know why they would want to do that unless they're trying to tank. The Rockets giving me their first round pick when they're slated to be a top 5 pick. That doesn't make sense. Klay Thompson straight up. So if I was doing willy-nilly, I would probably take this trade, just get a nice score next to KD off rip. But since we're going to try to keep this somewhat realistic, or I would take this pick and have a chance at Victor Wembanyama. But if we're going to try to keep this somewhat realistic, we're going to do this trade with the Spurs. I think it makes sense for the Spurs. If there's any team that probably feels like they could fix Ben, it might be them. I feel like Ben literally needs to go to a small market team, a team with not a lot of media coverage. I think that's the only way he's really going to rehabilitate his career. Jakob Poeltl, a lot of NBA teams are trying to trade for this guy. I don't know. I feel like you guys feel like Jakob Poeltl and OG Anunoby are getting incredibly overrated. The way teams are talking about throwing multiple first-round picks for these guys, I don't really feel like that makes a lot of sense to me. But we get a backup point guard or starting point guard of the future. I feel like 6'1", a little undersized to be a true starting point guard, but I think we can do stuff with this trade. It takes salary off the books, opens up cap space. The problem with cap space, to be completely honest, if we are going to try to keep this somewhat realistic, is the biggest two free agents are James Harden and Kyrie Irving. Obviously, they just traded Kyrie. That's not happening. And James Harden, I don't see him going back to Brooklyn. I feel like the reason Harden left Brooklyn was because of Kyrie. So maybe he'd be open to teaming up with Kevin Durant again, but let's just say that's probably not going to happen. Tyrese Haliburton, Edwards, LaMelo Ball, these are all RFAs. So Chris Middleton's effectively the best free agent we can go after. Dude, I love this pickup of Dorian Finney-Smith. He's one of my favorite role players. I think this was a great pickup to put around Durant. I'm going to move Durant to the small forward spot. So we like Claxton. We now have Trey Jones, who's a young player who's got some potential because we really do need some more youngins. We've got Cam Thomas, who's been hooping lately, but let's just be realistic about what he's going to develop into here in 2K. I know Seth Curry is going to decline a lot just having played this game. So Seth Curry, I like him on this team. I just don't think we really have a championship contender this year, so I'd rather trade Seth Curry. Now, I love this trade for us, but not at all realistic. I don't think the Hawks would do that. I don't think they need another undersized guard, to be honest. Pelicans, they could use a Seth Curry. They could use shooting. So picking up a first-round pick from them, why not? You never know. You never know what's going to happen with the Pels, honestly. So after that flurry of trades, I've got Dinwiddie, Cam Thomas, Kevin Durant, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Claxton. And off the bench, TJ Warren, Trey Jones, and Jakob Poeltl. I really like this bench. I don't really know if I like the Patty Mills spot, but I love this kind of 3-man bench unit. I've got a guard, a big, and a wing. Love that. Cam Thomas, I mean, I feel like he's kind of a dialed to shoot a little too much, and this backcourt is really not the biggest. I mean, Dinwiddie 6'5", Cam Thomas 6'3". It's not terrible. Not in love with this, to be honest. My thing is I feel like we have a nice template here to build around a different star on maybe a younger timeline. The problem is Durant is so hard to trade. I came up with this as a framework for a Kevin Durant trade that I don't know if it makes sense. Honestly, the Rudy Gobert trade has thrown everything into whack. Kevin Durant, who's on the 4-year deal, but I think will decline, and Yuta Watabatambi for Brandon Ingram, who's like the not as good Kevin Durant, the 10 overall worst Kevin Durant, Dyson Daniels, a young player with a lot of potential who we'll have under contract, and 3 unprotected picks. Basically gambling on the Lakers to suck in 2024, the Bucks to maybe take a step back, and the Bucks to suck in 2026. Basically, that's the gamble. I don't love this trade, but I think it's a decent framework for me to kind of get my rebuild restarted. So I'm gonna see. Yeah, the Pelicans don't even want to do it. All right, so for now we're gonna stick with KD. I don't know if I want to stick with KD long term because looking at our future assets, we have swap best with the Sixers this year. That pick's probably not going to be that great. We have swap worst with the Nets, with the Rockets. I mean, if me and the Rockets both suck, there's a chance. But the Bucks pick pick in 2025, okay, and a Sixers pick in 2027. I mean, it's just, I don't know. The situation's not great. I don't really love where we are. We're kind of like in purgatory. I'm gonna make this trade with the Cavs. It'll give them Patty Mills, whatever. I get a second round pick. That's not gonna be very useful, but I'm gonna get off Patty's salary, basically. That's all I really want. A little bit of more space to work with. Next year, I have a ton of team options, so I can decline Dinwiddie. I can decline all these guys, open up a ton of space, and really retool this team around Durant, Finney-Smith, and Claxton, but I do have to bring back Jones and Pirtle and probably Warren, so it's not all sunshine and rainbows here, but let's go to the trade deadline and see how this team does. So the Knicks have offered me a trade. I'm currently 14-21. They're offering me an unprotected pick for this season. I don't think the Knicks pick is going to be very valuable, but honestly, I'd rather just take the pick anyway. So I'm going to take this trade. So we're pretty much pruning the roster. We're setting ourselves up to trade Durant, basically. We're going to move Durant. I think that's the only way we're really going to get this team back together. We're so devoid of assets that it's just going to be really hard to build around KD, especially when we can open up cap space and we can't really sign any star free agents to pair him with. In real life, the Brooklyn Nets had a genius rebuilding strategy of taking in bad contracts in order to get teams draft picks with them, and that's how they slowly built up assets, drafted Jared Allen, kind of took on D'Angelo Russell. Just a really smart way to rebuild a team when they had no future picks, had no real assets, but I don't think 2K you can really even try that. Also, the timetable for a rebuild like that is multiple seasons. I think with a Kevin Durant trade, we should be able to kind of get the gears pumping on something a lot faster than that. All right, let's just see what somebody will give us for Durant. Randall and Brunson is the only offer on the table, and I have to give up Kessler Edward. Randall and Brunson is the only offer on the table, and we own the New York Knicks pick. Well, Durant hasn't led us to many wins, so Durant has really not led us to a lot of wins, so I'm not really like feeling like this will be bad for our draft pick we've traded out. Yeah, I'm gonna want something else from the Knicks here. I'm gonna need more picks. 2024 pick from the Knicks. Can't trade it. 2025. All right, he doesn't want to do it. He won't throw in one draft pick to get Kevin Durant. I feel like Brunson and Randall don't do enough. This is not enough for me, bro. Nobody wants Kevin Durant. I got Kevin Durant on the market. Nobody wants him. You got to be kidding me. So the Hawks traded for Klay Thompson, just like they did when I rebuilt the Warriors. Can I get Randall, Robinson, and Barrett? No Brunson. Do the Thunder do this trade with me? Do the Thunder do this trade? I mean, I'm just throwing something out there. Do they do it with me? Dude, no one wants Kevin Durant. What do I do? Nobody wants him. I'm not trading him for I'm not trading him for Randall and Brunson. I'm not doing that. Dude, this Nets team, I really don't like the situation this team is in. I really don't. I guess I might have to trade KD this offseason. I don't know. I've been playing around with trades for a long time now. I don't see anything that I like. I don't own my own draft pick either, so I mean, there's no real reason for me to try to tank. I do think if I give the Knicks Durant and take Brunson and Randall, it'll make them worse, and it'll make me better in the short term. In 2K, not in a real life trade, but in 2K, if you know what I mean. I just feel like that's not good value for a 97 overall Kevin Durant. It's not worth it. I don't know. The flip side is I could do trades like this, like trading Claxton at peak value, getting someone like Bam. I don't think the Heat do this trade. I mean, getting Dinwiddie's nice because they're having a lot of problems with Lowry right now, but I don't know if this would be considered a realistic trade either. I don't think it would be, but it would be nice to have Bam. It's just a marginal upgrade over Claxton. The Knicks will give me Mitchell Robinson. If I give them their first round pick back for Jakob Poeltl, I'm gonna actually take that trade. Now I got two centers. All right, DFS I love, but let's just see. I mean, we're not going anywhere, so these players are not contributing to winning right now. All right, I'm gonna trade Finney-Smith for Isaiah Joe. Just get younger, help me for next season. He's got a 2-year team option, which is clutch. Wiz are offering me a first-round pick for Day'Ron Sharpe. I also get Isaiah Todd. I mean, yeah, I'm going to take this trade. Just get some assets. Loading up for the offseason, baby. We are loading up for the offseason. So we have only our pick with the Sixers now, but in next year, I've got the Rockets pick, which is I have the Bucks unprotected and the Rockets in 2 years, so I don't even have a draft pick next year. Yeah, this team is in such a wonky spot, bro. Not in love with Dinwiddie as a starting guard either. All right, I'm going to trade for Monk and Crowder. I'll get off Crowder's contract. Monk, I'm going to have him for $9 million next season. That seems like kind of a good deal. All right, it's kind of a tanking lineup, so it doesn't matter, but right now we got Trey Jones, Malik Monk, Durant, Crowder, Claxton off the bench, Mitchell Robinson, Isaiah Joe, Royce O'Neal, Cam Thomas. I mean, we just want Joe and Thomas to get a bit better, and other than that, we're not really trying to tank per se. We're just trying to get salary ready so we can be a bit more competitive next season. So let's see how it goes, man. All right, Luka Doncic, the MVP. Him and Kyrie. He averaged 35, 11, and 11. Walker Kessler, Rookie of the Year. Embiid, my boy, D-boy. I mean, he's not my boy right now. We rebuilding the Nets. But Kevin Durant, all NBA second team, bro. So he was not really able to carry us per se, but he did average 33, 7, and 3. So, hey, the thing that's cool about the way I've done this so far is I feel like I can easily retool the team around Durant. And we made the play-in. We lost as a 7 seed. So we were better after all those trades. That's a great sign. It's okay. We weren't really going to go anywhere in this year's playoffs. I probably should have checked. I just kind of checked out of the season, bro. But honestly, I think the way that's cool that we've built this team is we can kind of go either direction. We can trade Durant or we can retool around Durant if he doesn't decline too much. Bro, one of the rule changes is eliminate short-term contracts. What does that even mean? We're going to reject that because I love short-term contracts. What does that even mean, reject short-term contracts? Wow. So we have the 12th pick in the draft because of that Sixers swap. So 12th pick is not too bad, honestly. We can maybe do something with that. Jacques Vaughn. Yeah, we'll keep Jacques Vaughn. All right, with the 12th pick in the draft, we'll take Anthony Black. Boom. Shooting guard. Gonna decline Royce O'Neal's player option. So Isaiah Joe's up to a 78. Cam Thomas to only a 76, but 21 years old. I might move on from Cam. I don't know. I'm not sure. I know everyone loves him right now in real life because he's been balling, but I don't like guys who I don't know. I feel like his game to me is kind of very over dialed to shoot. So I'm really solid at center. I've got 2 great centers. What I really want to do is get more point guards. I don't really want D'Lo. I'm not a big D'Lo guy. Van Vliet, again, he's much more of a shooter than an interior driver. I think with Durant, we kind of need someone who's going to be able to push into the paint a little bit. I think that's why he played so well with Harden. But yeah, that guy's not really here. I mean, there is Westbrook, but Westbrook is just way too bad of an offensive player now. So we're going to try to bring back Trey Jones. Hopefully we don't have to overpay him. He is an RFA. So Trey Jones comes back on a 3-year, $45 million deal, unless he takes that qualifying offer, because I offered a contract too early because 2K made this game all wonky. Kevin Love, dude, I think Kevin Love would be amazing on this team to space out. I can move Durant back to small forward. He agrees to come on. Bones Highland is not really the type of guard I really want, but he is young, and I feel like worst case, if it doesn't work out, he might be a trade asset. I'm brutal, man. I'm a brutal GM. So Bones agrees to come on. Trey agrees to come back. Love agrees to come. So Trae Young's only taking a qualifying offer, fortunately. Going to offer a deal to Anthony Lamb here. 2-year, $4.8 million deal. He agrees to come on. Okay. All right. So again, we don't have any draft picks this year, so it's an interesting team, but I think we've retooled around Durant decently. I mean, it's a deep team. We have depth. We don't have enough star power around Durant, but I think the thing that's cool is we could still go either way. That's the way the team is set up. We could still build. We could still kind of go around Durant, or we can try to trade Durant. So I'm just going to peep what the Durant options are. Maxey and Harris, Trae Young and AJ Griffin, Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo. Yeah, no. I mean, I need the package, bro. I need all the draft picks. I need everything. So we've got Trey Jones, Malik Monk, very undersized backcourt. Not a big fan of this. Kevin Durant, Kevin Love, Claxton. I mean, it's all right. I really want more of a big physical point guard that can really get in the paint and create opportunities for Durant. I think Durant's a lot stronger attacking closeouts than he is initiating the offense like that. I think I saw the stat that on most teams Durant plays for with Westbrook and Kyrie, he doesn't lead the team in shot attempt. He definitely should, but just the nature of his game, I guess. So then off the bench, I've got Mitchell Robinson, Bones Highland, Isaiah Joe, and Cam Thomas. Honestly, I kind of want to try to get some PT for Anthony Black here if we can, and Lamb. We got some young guys on the back burner here, but I think the team should be kind of decent, so I'm not going to sim too far ahead. I'm going to sim to the 21st of December, see how we're rocking. We lose to Cleveland, but I think we should be fighting for a 6 seed, maybe not too much higher than a 6 seed. Oh my god, Kevin Love broke his leg. Yikes. But I think we should be able to survive without Love. This team is we have such a nice pool of depth that we should be able to handle injuries to anyone but Durant pretty well. I have everything set to default. What? How does Kevin Love recover from a broken leg in 3 weeks? I'm not complaining, but I'm curious. Right now, he broken right thigh. Bro, my man Malik Monk just broke this bone. This giant bone has just been broken. How fast y'all think he comes back from that? I must have the most godly training staff of all time, bro. I have to. All right, so on the 21st of December, 19-9. So probably a 2 or a 3 seed, a 4 seed. All right, so it's a strong Eastern Conference though. 2020 strong Eastern Conference. conference, and we're kind of like right there. It's kind of like the top 5 teams, it looks like, are all bunched together. Point differential wise, we're the second best team of the 5. Boston's better than us, but we pretty much have the same record. I might go to the trade deadline here, get a little bit more sample size, see how the team really is doing before we make any moves, just because it seems like Durant plus depth is working for us pretty well here. By the way, Malik Monk came back in 2 weeks from a broken thigh, it looks like. Okay, the New York Knicks have offered me Emmanuel Quickley for Bones Highland. And they'll give me a top 5 protected pick. Bones is averaging 17.5 on okay shooting. Pretty good from 3. Quickley is Quickley's not playing well at all. All right, we're not going to do this trade. Hell no. All right, at the trade deadline, 32 and 24, so we definitely took a big step back. We've had a lot of injuries, though, but we're still a top 4 seed. Philly's right there with us. Yeah, we've had a ton of injuries, and it's definitely hurt our team quite a bit. Right now, we're pretty healthy. Mitchell's hurt, Anthony Black's hurt, and Anthony Lamb are hurt, but nothing too crazy. So I definitely think it's time for us to make some moves. I want to get some more size at the 2-guard spot, so it's like I like Malik Monk, but I do think we need more size there. So let's throw in a draft pick, maybe this 2025, swap worse with Nets. Yeah, I don't know where that's going to go. Ooh, Herb Jones. I don't know how good a value this is for us, though. I don't think this is a very fair trade, but I like Herb Jones in that spot. I mean, he's not the greatest 3-point shooter, but bro, we get size is what we really needed on the perimeter there. Might come back to that one. Oh, this just doesn't seem like good value. Not gonna lie, doesn't seem like good value, but I really think we need a stopper at the top, and I think Herb Jones could be that guy for us. He's gonna be a restricted free agent, so I have a lot of control over the contract. Cam Thomas, I'd be able to bring back for cheap, though. Oh, this is such a toughie, man. I'm gonna make it. I think this is just a good fit for the team, and it's not like Kyle Anderson's a throwaway in this trade. He's actually going to get minutes for this team. He might even start at power forward. Yeah, he's going to start at power forward. Yeah, I think we just needed this. We needed some size and some defense on the backcourt, so now we have that with Herb. It's a much stronger defensive team. Our bench is a little bit thinned out now, but that's because we have injuries to Mitchell Robinson and the Anthonys. I feel like Bones Highland, it doesn't give us a lot of roster versatility between Trey Jones and him, but it doesn't look like he has a lot of value across the... Whoa. Dude, so the Hawks have been making some wild trades. Is this realistic? I don't know. In a world where Murray requests a trade, it's realistic because they traded for Klay Thompson right after they signed him in this simulation. So I feel like if I'm Murray, I'd want out. I like this trade for us. I can start Murray at point guard. Now I have a really nice point guard. Isaiah Joe, he's been a nice part of what we got going on, but if I'm going to move Trey Jones to the bench, I don't really need him. I like this trade for us, so I'm going to take that. Boom, we got size. It said Murray was shooting 40% from 3 this year, so now all of a sudden, bro, we have a nice team around KD. We're going to move Murray to point guard. So I've got DeJounte Murray, Herb Jones, Kevin Durant, Anderson, and Claxton. So I got shooting. I've got shooting all over the court. I've got Murray, who's a guard who can get in the paint, make things happen for KD. Claxton, great athletic big. This is a nice starting lineup. The bench, I like it. It doesn't look as good with these guys hurt right now, but Mitchell's only got a minor injury. He's going to come back. So this team is going to look really saucy really soon. And look, DeJounte, he's feeling energized about how things are around here. He's excited to be a Net. We're excited to have him. If we don't re-sign him, that's gonna suck. But yeah, dude, I'm really liking, and now that Robinson's back, I'm really liking the way the team is looking. I don't know if we're the finals favorite here, but I think we've put together a good enough team around Durant that he's gonna be able to compete. 3 straight W's after the trade deadline, what we like to see. All right, Jokic is the MVP, a 30, 10, and 10 season. Great for Jokic. Victor Wembanyama, Rookie of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, Giannis. Our boy KD made the All-NBA second team once again. So, it looks like we're building around KD. He averaged 30, 7 and 4. Great shooting splits. Another great season from Durant. Team was good with him on the court. We ended up being a 5 seed, so that's disappointing. We've got a healthy team entering the playoffs. Yeah, the only thing I really don't like this matchup with Philly, though. Durant is is going to be a pain for us, but they don't have Harden anymore, so I don't know. They're all Embiid, So let's try to figure out what we can do with this team. We're going to put Herb Jones on Tyrese Maxey, who's a 90 overall now. That is scary. Joel Embiid. I guess we throw Claxton on him and just pray, bro. We just got to pray. Honestly, Embiid's, you guys know I love Joel Embiid. Yeah, we're just going to double team Joel. I love this dude, but he's not the best passing out of the post. So game 1, they beat us by 11. Game Game 2, we take by 3, going back to Brooklyn now, and we take Game 3. They take Game 4. We take Game 5, and we take Game 6. So we are in the second round of the playoffs, and now we're going against another team that they're so strong where we're weak, which is the bigs. Claxton is good, but man, Mobley and Allen is a scary duo. I'm wondering if this is the series. So in real life, I really like that we've got the Love here, because if they guard Love with Kevin Mobley, we're keeping Mobley out of the paint, right? We're gonna have Love on the perimeter. We're keeping Mobley away from the paint, giving those driving lanes for Murray and Durant. If they put Mobley on Durant, I mean, I like that for us too, because Okoro, I mean, I guess, yeah, if this was a real life series, the Cavs would definitely probably put Mobley on Durant, since Love is not going to be the craziest interior presence with Claxton taking up a lot of space. But I'm wondering if this is a series where I go meme lineup. I know I'm trying to be a little bit more realistic with the rebuilds, but I am wondering, is this a series where I go Claxton Robinson starting lineup, try to neutralize Cleveland's bigs, maybe go for some more rebounds on defense? I don't think this is what I would do in real life. I think in real life, this series would be really hard for us because they could put Mobley on Durant, and I don't think they lose a lot by putting Okoro on our power forward. But in this alignment, we can now kind of try to compete on the boards, because I think that's where we're going to struggle this series. This is tough. Yeah, their guards are scary. Their guards are scary. DeJounte is an 82. Yeah, I mean, Garland is such a good shooter. Mitchell is obviously just terrifying. Mitchell is terrifying. Just put Durant on him? I mean, this would be dumb. In real life, Mitchell's speed would just cook Durant, but I don't know, he's an 88 overall. As realistic as I want to make this rebuild, I want to win the series, so I'm going to just throw Durant on him and see what happens, which means I'll put Herb Jones on Garland, which means I'll put Murray on Okoro, which means I'll put Claxton on Mobley, which means I'll put Robinson on Allen. All right, offensive tempo. They're young. You can't really run with them. They're a bit younger than us. Defensive aggression, defensive rebounding. We got to crash the glass. We cannot let this team beat us. Can't let this team beat us on the glass. This is an uphill series, bro. They're a good team. They went 61-21. We were 46-36. We have the best player in the series, and we take game 1 by 4. Yes, I just spent so long on that game plan. Garland 5 of 15, Mitchell 8 of 18. So Durant did a good enough job on him. On our end, we did not shoot the ball well. Kevin Durant scored 3 points. He took 1 shot? Okay, why did Kevin Durant take 1 shot? Why did Kevin Durant take only 1? Kevin Durant got hurt. Bro, what? No, Kevin Durant got hurt. What? Sprained left toe. All right, so no KD. No KD. All right, so I'm going to have to move Kyle Anderson there. So I'm going to have to rechange the defensive assignment. Well, yeah, there's no way Kyle Anderson cannot hang with Donovan Mitchell. There's just no way. It's saying to start Anthony Lamb. All right, so with no Kevin Durant, we're going to go with DeJounte Murray, Herb Jones, Anderson, Claxton, Robinson. God, that sucks for us, bro. That sucks for us. So now I guess you're going to guard him. Damn, yeah, because Herb Jones did a good job guarding Garland that first game. But now I got to put Herb Jones on Donovan Mitchell. I feel like offensively, we're going to have to play patient. I don't know. Maybe we stick with the tempo. So we won last game with Durant only taking 1 shot. Wait, I just spent like, I hate this game. I just spent like an hour fixing my lineup, and then it just reset it for no freaking reason, bro. Why? Okay, here it is. Here's my game plan. This game makes, okay, here we go. They win game 2. We have no Kevin Durant. Game 3, they win. Game 4, they win. Oh my God. That's so unlucky. We lose Kevin Durant. We lose the series. All right, I'm still proud of the way the team developed. Celtics win the championship. All right, we fought hard. Draft lottery. I don't believe we have any draft picks. Yep, our 21st pick goes to the Rockets. So no picks from us. Not going to bring back any of our guys on team options. Qualifying offer out to Herb Jones and Trey Jones. Got to bring back the Joneses, but other than that, man, I mean, not much. We're obviously going to have to re-sign DeJounte Murray. That's a big one. And Herb Jones is not interested in negotiating with me, so I'll probably bring him back on his qualifying offer. Trey Jones wants me to take a 1-year deal again. All right, bro. We also have to re-sign Claxton, who's not interested in negotiating with us. That's freaking awesome. So we're going to lose Herb Jones and Claxton because they don't want to come back. All right, Isaiah Cho, who we traded, we're going to try to bring him back, I guess. We bring him back on a 4-year deal. Hey, we can't get too discouraged here. We got to just keep pushing. Kyle Anderson, bring him back as well. So we're going to need another center. Good thing we have Mitchell Robinson, so we'll bring on Kayvon Looney, 3-year deal. If he signs with us, Looney signs with us. Wow, so that was a disaster of an offseason. An absolute disaster of an offseason. So the team now is Kevin Durant, DeJounte Murray, Mitchell Robinson, Trey Jones, Isaiah Joe, Kevon Looney, Anderson, Black. I mean, at this point, I feel like we have to trade KD because the team just doesn't have enough juice. If KD didn't get hurt, we could have won. We could have won that series. We could have won the chip, maybe. Who knows? So the only offer I've gotten for Durant is Garland and Allen. I think this is going to hurt Cleveland, maybe. I don't know. I kind of like this trade for us. I mean, I like having Garland. Makes Murray weird, but I can put him at the 2 guard. Obviously, I don't know. Yeah, let's make this trade. All right, so we've got Garland, DeJounte Murray, Anthony Lamb, Anderson, Allen off the bench, Trey Jones, Kevin Looney, Isaiah Joe, and Anthony Black. There's a lot of trades we're going to have to make. I don't really like Murray next to Garland all that much. Got to upgrade that small forward spot. Anderson, I mean, there's a lot of work we got to get done on this team. There's a lot of work, but I still think there's a pathway to a championship. We do finally have some draft picks. We have the Bucks first round pick. The Bucks have Giannis, but the rest of this team is kind of So there's a chance the Bucks aren't that great. All right, I'm not going to be able to trade DeJounte for a minute, so let's go to January 25th, see if this team is somewhat competitive. All right, so on the 25th of January, we're 33-14. This is the best team we've had so far. We're a number 3 seed. We're actually ahead of Cleveland, who we gave Durant to. Wow, did they lose Donovan Mitchell? Did he get hurt? Looks like Mobley and Mitchell are hurt, so that's why they're struggling. But, I mean, it's not our problem. Boston, who won the title last year, they're literally like the same record as us. Point differential-wise, we're actually the best team, so I'm a little hesitant to make too many moves here. The team is playing well. The team is playing very well. Kind of got a big 3 going with Garland, Allen, and Murray. Let's go to the trade deadline, maybe. I don't know. I wanted to trade DeJounte Murray, but the way things are going, I don't really want to touch anything because we are playing so well. We just keep winning. We're 41-15. The Milwaukee Bucks are the 11 seed right now, and that's with Giannis not missing any games, so they're bad with Giannis on the court. So, I mean, that pick could be something special. We've had a lot of players not want to come back to Brooklyn so far in this rebuild, so just looking ahead, Trey Jones, who keeps taking 1-year deals with me, he is our only guy that I really have to worry about leaving. Re-signing him is going to take us, well into the salary cap, so I'm wondering if I should be a little preemptive about trying to trade him, but no good offers. All right, you know what? We're going to roll with the team. The team is good. We have the best point differential in the Eastern Conference. So I think, we're a competitive team. We just crushed the Celtics. This is a good team. This is a good team. All right, we went 61-21, an amazing season for us. LaMelo Ball won MVP, 32, 6, and 13. That's insane. Our boy Jarrett Allen and Darius Garland both made All-NBA third team. Durant did as well. So we traded 1 third-teamer to get 2. Sounds like a good trade to me. Garland with a 28-8 season. Allen with a 23-13 season. So really good production from our guys. And we are the number 1 seed in the playoffs. And looking at the plan, Milwaukee was 10th, so they're not going to be a great draft pick, but it is still going to be a lottery pick, a decent lottery pick for us if we don't win the title this year. All right, the Wizards. They've got Jose Alvarado, Bradley Beal, Isaiah Stewart, and Victor Wembanyama. Okay, let's just see how this series goes. I feel like Darius Garland should just kind of go off. And DeJounte Murray sprained his elbow, and he can't play through that. Oh my. Good thing we have Anthony Black here off the bench. He's a stud. I still think we should be winning this series pretty handily, but they do take game 2. We take games 3 and game 4 and game 5. We are moving on to the second round to play the Orlando Magic. DeJounte Murray is still hurt? Question mark. Oh, DeJounte Murray is able to play now, so let's move him back into the starting lineup. Okay, so the Magic have Scoot Henderson, Jalen Suggs, Warren Banchero. Wow. And Miles Turner. All right, this is a scary series. This is a scary series. I really hope they don't beat us up inside. Game 1, we win by 3. Game 2, we win by 3. DeJounte's back. Game 3, they win by 16. Game 4, they win by 4. Game 6, we win. Or that was game 5, sorry. Game 6, we go to the conference finals. Here we are against the Boston Celtics. And Kyle Anderson is hurt. Oh my God. Brogdon, Klay Thompson, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, who's a 99 overall, and Robert Williams. Wow, that Celtics team is scorching. That is a good team. Holy cow, that is a good team. Wow. All right, we did beat them during the regular season, though. Game 1, we take by a 30. I don't know. Maybe we just got the sauce against this team. We are clamping them. 3-0, 4-0. I don't know why we just owned that team. It's not like Tatum even played bad, it looks like. He just should have shot more. Wow, I don't know why we beat this team. Obviously, if this was a real series between these two teams, I don't see the pathway for Brooklyn. Garland, Murray, Murray, Allen. I don't really see the path. I mean, our bench is great, but I don't really see the pathway. I mean, even their bench is not bad. I mean, Sadiq Bey, they got 99 overall, 98 overall. I mean, wow. I'm not going to complain, though. We're in the NBA Finals versus the Houston Rockets. They've got Jalen Green. They've got Sengun. They've got Anunoby off the bench. They have a really good bench. Durant and Anunoby off the bench. That's a scary team. They had a 56-win season and a 10.6 point differential. We, about a 10-point differential, 61. So they're honestly probably a little bit better than us. I mean, this is it. This is the NBA Finals. I wish DeJounte was a better defender. That would make this series a lot easier. Okay, so we are here in the NBA Finals versus the Houston Rockets. Kyle Anderson is back, apparently. Corey Craig caught a cut on the head, but he's not playing. They've got Jalen Green. They've got Sengun, Anunoby. I mean, this is a really solid team. Why is Kalen Martin starting for us right now? Hold on. What's going on? All right, so against the Rockets, I mean, it's really, I feel like if they're, the team to beat, we just got to slow down Jalen Green. I wish DeJounte Murray was a better defender, but we got to work with what we got to work with, man. We made it to the finals. Rockets are a good team. Number 1 seed. We're the number 1 seed. Yeah, I wish we had better defensive players on this team, but I did not build this team with enough good defenders. All right, game number 1. We take game 1. Game number 2. They take game 2. 3. We take game 3. Game 4. We take game 4. We're 1 win away from an NBA championship, and we have won the championship. The finals MVP was Darius Garland, 29, 2, and 8. Great season from him. So we won a championship with the Brooklyn Nets. I think this is an interesting championship team. Garland and Allen obviously are already the centerpieces of a different team, but we won with Jared Allen, who was a Brooklyn Net, a homegrown talent. DeJounte Murray, I guess in this weird sim, he was upset with what was going on, and just depth. I mean, this was a team around point guard, center, and depth. I don't really know if this was a finals team, but what is a finals team really depends on the context of the NBA league at large at the time. I think we built this team up giving them a nice amount of draft picks. So we built up our draft pick capital over the course of this rebuild, so this kind of puts the team in a better position going forward than they are now. I do think they're going to need to trade Kevin Durant unless they can somehow get another megastar to come here, but I don't see it happening. Let me know what you guys thought of the rebuild. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace!